If you've ever seen Tai Lopez on the internet, then you're in luck because today I'm going to break down exactly how he makes hundreds of millions of dollars just using social media so that you can replicate it and do it too. If you don't know who Tai Lopez is, you've probably seen the video here in my garage with this new Lamborghini. But you know what I like more than my new Lamborghini? Knowledge, okay? Tai is exceptionally well at building social media, what we call funnels. And today, as I zoom out, there's a lot to cover. So let's zoom in, okay? The best way to make a lot of money is by selling a lot of people a lot of stuff. And the best way to sell a lot of people a lot of stuff is using social media in today's day and age. And Tai Lopez figured that out a long time ago when he was all the way in Clayton, North Carolina with $48 in his bank account, okay? We're gonna start on the paid side because if you don't know, you can basically post content for free on TikTok, Instagram, on your website, on YouTube, on Facebook. But if you actually have some money, you can spend money on what we call ads. Now, I'm not going to go through every ad platform that Tai is on because that would take hours and days, and you guys need to just see the general click to close funnel that he uses. But if you go to Facebook and you type in Facebook page transparency for Tai Lopez, you will see all the ads that he's currently running. Now, he has 2,700 ads that are up and live right now, which is crazy because you can see that these are all active and they all run to different offers because he is selling so much stuff. I managed to grab two things that he's most recently selling, this podcast thing and just this wealth thing. So if you were to click on this ad right here, which would pop up in your For You page on Facebook like this, where Tai Lopez says, let's do a podcast together and make you your product brand famous, you would click on this link right here, which would take you down to the beginning of the sales funnel, which is the Get on the Podcast with Tai funnel, okay? So prior to this moment, you were pretty much unaware that you needed to have Tai on your podcast, but it's very evident now that having Tai on your podcast, as we see in the sales funnel, will actually enhance your life because he has all these followers that he will drive traffic to you in your own business. So it says, reach millions as a guest on the Tai Lopez podcast, grow your audience and influence while promoting your product, service, or brand. He also has a funnel for him coming on your show. Instead of you going on the Tai Lopez podcast, he will be a guest on your show. Now, what does it cost? As we scroll down on this page, we find out that the cheapest option is $11,000 all the way up to $66,000, which is crazy because you can really start to see how this guy is making a lot of money because a lot of people now want him on the podcast. He has these little value, checks to see what you get included in each package, which if you do actually follow it and you press the little button, this button right here, yes, I want to be on Tai's podcast, it brings you over to a form, okay? This is going to be so that he can put you in an email marketing sequence for other offers because he knows that not many people have $11,000 at their disposal to get Tai on the podcast, but he does have an option for you to leave your email so that he can follow up and sell you on his cheaper products, which we're going to show you through his social media, okay? So, and I've actually been hit with this Get on the Podcast with Tai ad as of recently, which is kind of crazy because I did opt in. And depending on what funnel you click, which is fun, one actually requires you to do $1,000 deposit, which is quote unquote non-refundable if he accepts you. Now, I never realized that it was $11,000 on the cheapest end to get him on the podcast, but that is actually wild. And then of course, a quick book to call with one of his team members, which is a closer who will then close you on another product if you don't actually go ahead and find this. Now, let's go over to the free side so we can see all the free pages and contents and all the things that he's doing, okay? So, and by the way, guys, stay to the end because I'm going to explain how you guys can replicate this exact thing so that you can actually do this yourself in 2024 and beyond. This is probably one of the most untapped opportunities for you guys because every creator is using a funnel. And if you don't use a funnel, you're about to start using one. I'm going to convince you because I make videos exposing all the other creators, okay? Instagram, he has 3 million followers. We have on TikTok almost 1 million. He has a massive website with so many courses you can't even know about because it took me a while to find and scroll through all of them. He has 6 million followers on Facebook, probably because of all the ads he's running. And then he has 2 million on YouTube and of course, 500,000 on Twitter, which is interesting because the guy likes to read a lot. So let's zone in on what we like to call YouTube because this is where he pushes a lot of traffic to these courses. And this is where a lot of his attention goes into these YouTube videos. Now, very top of funnel stuff. If you guys don't really know what top of funnel means, I'm going to explain it. So let's say you've never heard of Tai Lopez. Let's say you're watching this video, you're so confused, you have no idea what's going on. You struggle with something, and that something is probably that you're poor. So you're unaware that you have a problem until you watch a Tai Lopez video where he says the university system is a scam. So now you are slightly aware of a problem and you watch the next video in his funnel, which is not necessarily directed, but at the very end of this one, he'll probably push you to this one or a live training of some sort because you are now aware of a problem. And he will solve that problem by, of course, upselling you into one of his paid groups or courses. So these are very top of funnel pieces of content, meaning they're not very, here's exactly how to make money online. It's more of, you should probably make money because you're broke. And then you're like, well, how do I make money? And then here he goes with the next step down, which is the best online business to start as a beginner. And then he is also over here, the fastest way from $0 to $100,000, which has 2.3 million views. And these massive videos with a lot of views will drive to all the different sales pages, starting with one of his most famous courses, the 67 steps. If you ever saw Tai in a garage, this is the page that it would bring you to. Now, at the time, it was actually $67, I think, per month, which he's actually changed now to just $1 for 3 days, which is interesting to get a lot more people involved, probably because the course itself is a little outdated. They re-updated the branding and the logo and just the entire funnel itself. But now you're actually going up from up here to not knowing you have a problem, to the fact that you need to build a business and you don't know how, to a product where he's actually going to help you build a business because of the schools, right? Like this video right here is like the system and the schools are teaching you and everything's broken. And then you go here and you're like, oh, how do I get to know more knowledge? You go through the $67 program. And if you scroll down in this page, you can see more buttons to join for $1, like we have here and here. And then finally, if you actually click this button, what it's going to bring you to is a checkout page where you can actually leave your information on this side. And over here, you're going to actually get the value stack of all the things that Tai is providing. Okay, this is just for the 67 steps. Now, when you check out, of course, you're going to be brought to one of these forms, which the paid content also drove you to, where you leave your name, email, phone number, ask a few questions, which don't really matter. And then finally, a book a call to Tai and his entire team, which is going to then allow you to go into more programs and be upsold more stuff if they actually know what they're doing. Here's another course. It's just the 13th thesis, which again is one of his other courses. He has so many courses, guys, but all of these courses will funnel you to a book a call page because that's the idea, right? You want to get free value way up here, and you push them to a calendar where you actually book a call, and then one of the closers will upsell you into one of the more expensive products with Tai. And here's the Invest with Tai, which I did not actually cover that opportunity he had because there's so much. The one I do want to talk about is the SMMA 4.0. Now he's done SMMA 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, and this is the fourth one. Okay, when you click on this from one of these videos where he teaches you exactly how to start an online business in this video right here, which is very generic and not very detailed, you'll come over to this page where VSL is played. And it says, watch this first lesson for free, where Tai is explaining the best business to launch in 2023, which they have to update that probably because it's not relevant right now because we're in 2024. Okay, and then once you go down the page, you'll actually have the checkout page where you get this for free. And of course, after that, you get onto the book a call. We already know the whole entire situation. So the point being is that if you guys have been wondering for a while, like how does somebody like Tai Lopez make hundreds of millions of dollars? It's basically getting a bunch of traffic from different pages, free and paid. Let's say that he gets 1 million people, or if he has over all of his platforms, let's say 20 million people converted down into these programs. I mean, you can really see, like, I think the SMMA 4.0 might be $700, okay? And he's had 200, 300,000 people take these courses. It can really be understood how easily this guy's making $100 million a year plus. And then he actually, on the back end too, which I didn't include in this funnel, he has I think a family office where he actually buys companies, okay? And if you don't know what a family office is, it's where a bunch of people fund money together, like really rich people, like trusts and stuff, and then you go out and you start acquiring companies which give a return every year to your clients, or you just help businesses grow themselves and you just to an exit value later on in the future, okay? But if you want to replicate this model, I would say go on the free side. Don't worry about the paid stuff. Start posting content, very top of funnel stuff, okay? Introduce people to your lifestyle with Instagram, some reels with TikTok, build a little website. You don't need to add all these things up here. I would build just a regular sales funnel down here like these people have. Build one in Wix or ClickFunnels or Go High Level. And then you can actually go ahead and start posting content. You want to post very generic content, introducing people to the problems that they are facing, and then make it relatable so that you know, like almost as if you know how to fix them, which you're going to know how to fix them, and you're going to push them through with more videos, the best steps and courses of action on how to fix their problems, which are going to be basically booking a call with you so that you can hop on the phone with them and fix their problems for them, okay? And then once you get them on a call, you would then close them on whatever it is you sell. I hope you guys like this one. I'm going to be reviewing more influencers and people that are famous like Tai Lopez, Mr. Garage Man. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.